Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to Will and Friends Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and your family are staying safe. We have Markus Law, the founder of Party Puppet Show, on with us, and he's going to be talking about behavior. He's been an expert in early education for past 20 plus years, and he's going to be talking about behavior, and also he's going to have the Party Puppet Show come on and interact and answer any questions that you guys have. So if you guys are on Zoom and would like to interact with the puppets, Whiskers and all the gang, then feel free to jump on Zoom and you can do some interaction there. But Markus, thanks so much for joining us back on this webinar.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was really cool. I just want to start off by telling you thanks a lot for this platform as a whole. Not only having me on, but just all the other people that you've had on. I've seen a lot of the other Zoom meetings, and one with oh my gosh, your buddy you went to high school with,
David Choi.
Okay, so I told my kids, I said, hey, there's this musician, it'd be good to look at, he was on YouTube, whatever. And so then my kids went back to sleep. So all of a sudden, after it was over, I go, yeah, his name's David Choi. Like, what? Oh my gosh! So we looked back at it again, and they were so mad at me. I'm like, why are you mad at me? I tried to tell you. Just for parents who have younger kids, when your children get older, you will have those moments where that'll come up because they're just like, David Choi, oh my gosh, he's an icon, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay.
We told you so. We told you. You just didn't listen.
You went to high school with Will? Hey, you missed out.
We have some connections, we have some connections.
But it was really, really good. The platform was awesome. He was a great interview, and I mean, I just want to commend you. You've been doing an awesome job with this as a whole, man. I've been.
Thanks, Markus. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, the goal for me is more so. I think we're all here to help. We're all sheltering in place right now. Times are tough. Some people are being furloughed, or unemployment, or their health, or just finances, all these different things, and we all have these talents that we can be sharing with one another. And that's why I wanted to use this type of platform, this webinar, to be able to share that with one another during this time, to encourage, to uplift, and just continue to press on, because who knows how long this is going to take. Hopefully by the end of the month, things will get better and we'll be able to live our normal lives again. But if not, then we can still be able to find ways to encourage one another. And the skills that we have, the experiences and the talents that we have, this is just the platform to be able to share that. So thank you so much for joining us and giving us your time, because I know you're very busy, to be able to do a conversation like this or have the time to talk like this.
The joke I always say, especially now, I go like, yeah, not so busy. But yeah, we got time.
That's so funny. Well, Markus, like we were saying, for those who don't know you, do a little elevator pitch, or just provide a brief introduction to who you are, your background in regards to early education. And go from there.
Well, yeah, I've been in the field, like you said, I've been in the field for about a little under or over 20 years. I've worked as a preschool teacher, preschool director. Recently, I've been a substitute K-12 teacher. I've worked in behavior for over 15 years and in the special needs community. I got lucky to get with a company that taught me applied behavior analysis. And I was on the road and got my master's in ECE, but then when I got my master's in applied behavior analysis, and almost made that trip to become a BCBA, which is a board certified behavioral analyst, but kind of stopped at the end and was like, you know what, if I'm a BCBA, I'm not going to be able to do all of the preschool stuff and the other integrations without all of the ethics stuff. So I just kind of took that master's degree and the other master's degree and kind of mashed it together to be able to do all of the above. And then on top of that, yeah, I've been doing the Party Puppet Show for about 15 years. And I've been doing puppet shows at schools, libraries, birthday parties, just about everywhere for the last 15 years. And just recently, just with everything going on, we're starting to do some online stuff where we're interacting with kids and trying to do like we're almost trying to call it like a virtual birthday party. So the birthday
that was so cool, because I saw that you posted that recently, and how you and your party puppet crew was able to sing happy birthday to a kid who was celebrating their birthday at home without their friends, and I'm sure
I'm sure you were
able to brighten their day by doing it.
Oh man, I always tell people it brightens my day to do it as well, because it's like if you don't have an audience, it's a lot harder to perform. So all of a sudden with that technology, we got to do that, and just to see a kid's face light up when they look in. And it's not like looking at TV or looking at a YouTube clip. It's like completely interacting, where there's a back and forth where you're looking for something from the kids, and like, it's really oh, somebody's asking for the password. Hold on really quick. But yeah, it gives you an opportunity to hold
No,
on.
yeah,
Sorry.
feel free to do that. Just as a reminder for those who are watching, we have a Zoom webinar as well. You can join in, and that way you can participate with the puppets, the Party Puppet Show. We have the information on our Facebook page, also on different links. Feel free to let us know. I'll put it in the comment section on Facebook. But at the same time, we have that information. Feel free to reach out to us that way. And good to have Marcus back. Because you were talking about Marcus doing a virtual birthday party, basically.
So pretty much what we're looking to do, when I say we, it's like me and puppets, but pretty much putting the show on screen, which is always the ultimate goal, but having that opportunity to do the same things that we do at the birthday parties on online and on camera, so that kids can see it, but not only see it, but interact with it as well.
That's awesome. So why don't we get into it? Thanks so much for those who are joining. This is the Will and Friends live webinar series, and we have Markus Law. He's an early educator, he's been in early education for over 20 years and also been doing puppeteering for the past 15 years or so. And he's going to be first talking about behavior, and then also we're going to have a little Q&A with the puppets as well. So why don't we go into the behavior therapy in regards to, we're seeing a lot of families having the shelter in place. Things are a little wild. I know in my family, the kids are jumping off the walls and bouncing off. And you had some thoughts in regards to behavior in light of that.
Yeah. Like I told you a few weeks back, I said, after a minute, there's going to be some definitely going to be some behaviors from your kids and from parents as well. I think when you get those little snapshots of, like, in the past, where kids came home from school, you had dinner, they went to bed, you woke up, they went to school, you went to work, everything was cool until like after 6, but now it's like it's 24/7, and your parent, your teacher, your entertainer, which all of a sudden I'm like, well, that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years, so that's cool. But yeah, professionally speaking, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of little behaviors that you don't want to see. And my experience in behavior, we did a lot of parent training along with training staff, and there were tips that we would give them on how to deal with the behaviors that we don't want to see.
What kind of behaviors did you most commonly have to interact with or trying to resolve in that regard?
Well, the number one is the T. Tantrums. Oh man, I'm pretty sure you guys have been dealing with a lot of tantrums, and the key to it is that just to kind of put it in a nutshell, kind of to do the triage version of teaching behavior management. There's usually 4 functions of a behavior, or the why a behavior happens. So it's either for attention, for escape, for access to stuff, and then also automatic reinforcement, which is like the best way to explain it. I saw it on a meme or whatever for behavior. And it was a picture of SpongeBob SquarePants looking in the mirror at himself, and it was like, it's that instant reinforcement right there. That's the sensory part of it. But a lot of tantrums, 90% of tantrums are basically for attention. So the key to it, as parents, we have to find out why that tantrum is happening, and then what do we put in place to kind of bring that tantrum down. And mostly, like I said, it's attention and communication. Like, say for instance, Will, do you want to share a possible scenario?
Well, right now thank you. Right now we're potty training Lillian, our youngest, and our oldest obviously all the time and attention that goes into potty training, making sure she's not sitting on the couch and peeing all over the couch or pooping on the couch, or just whatever it may be. So we want to get her in the rhythm of being able to just go to the potty without having to use a diaper. Obviously, there's going to be a neglect on my oldest, because instead of a split attention, the primary focus is her and her not having any accidents, or her being able to go to the restroom more frequently. So yeah, there's definitely situations where it come up where more attention is needed, and tantrums or things like that do come up for sure in our family.
Well, I mean, I got two things for that, because one, we used to do we did a very radical aspect of potty training back at our old school. Like I said, it was called Del Sol School. That, and then also the attention seeking from your older son. So if anything, first with well, I'll tell you real quick how we used to do potty training. What we would do, we would make it whatever. We would find out what the kid's favorite drink was: water, punch, Capri Sun, whatever. And we would say, we're gonna have a whatever this drink is party, right? And so what we would do, we would flood them with whatever drink that they had, and then from there we would consistently go like, oh, you have dry pants? Oh, cool. You know, let's try to go to the bathroom. And then if they had dry pants, we would reward with more of the drink, and then almost to the point where number one, the diapers would go away. You know, so it's like, all right, get the clothes ready. It's gonna get wet. Now I'm gonna preface this by saying that this is it's a different form. Other people are gonna be like, well, that's not how we do. You know, no letters or comments like with the last stuff. This is it's a different mode. But the basics to it is that you're flooding with the drink, and if they're dry, we go to the bathroom. Oh, we reward. Hey, yeah, dry pants. Yeah, here's some more of the drink. And it's almost like you're getting to that practice of like, all right, filling the bladder, getting used to having dry pants. Diapers are gone. Pull-ups are gone. And if you're wet, okay, well, let's clean up. And then we have them, you have them clean up, get them through the process of changing their clothes, and then putting it in the dirty clothes hamper or in the washing machine or whatever. And then kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. And so then that gets them used to like, all right, when I'm full, I go to the bathroom. You know, if I have an accident, take it off. It's almost like trying to completely reinforce dry pants.
Right. But how about the tantrums? How would you address the tantrums then?
All right, so tantrums. That's oh man, tantrums are my jam, man. We used to go to Disneyland and like look at the kids with tantrums, like, and just go like, all right, what's going on? So the big thing about that is that you have to find out what the source of the tantrum is for, right? And so then what happens is that it's almost like you try to find a replacement behavior for that, where you're basically giving the kids an alternative to the tantrum. You want to reinforce the better communication skills, because if it's something like, okay, I want access to a toy that I can't have, it's like, okay, can you ask better for it? You know, it's almost like you reinforce the better language and not give attention to the tantrum. And attention could be positive attention or negative attention. A lot of the negative attention, yelling, spanking, all that other stuff. It's like, all right, that may make that behavior still go up because they're getting attention for it. Like if they tantrum enough, it's like, okay, fine, here, take it. They're like, okay, that's going to get me what I want. But if you don't give them that access or that attention for that behavior, and give them another way to express a need, then that behavior will go up as opposed to the tantrum.
Makes sense. And I mean, it's like it's the saying, squeaky wheels get the oil, right? Or it's all the attention. But we have a good question that's put out in the chat group saying, how about for older children? The negative behaviors for older children, whether it be sassiness, talking back, and things like that. How do you address that with your own kids, or even professionally? How have you been able to?
It's like weird. I think I would dabble more so in it professionally, because not to say that my kids have never done it, they don't do it, but it's almost like you have to take yourself out of being that parent and kind of go back into your professional mode. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with it personally, I used to say, oh, my ACE and ABA is out of the window because you guys are going, but it's almost like you have to really work on taking yourself out of it and stopping for a minute and thinking about, all right, what's the function of this behavior? What's happening with this? And on top of it, you're dealing with a whole nother set of emotions when you're talking about like preteens and teenagers. You're like, okay, I have to try to figure out what this is, because it may be something that's completely more abstract than a basic um preschool tantrum. But what I would say out of experience as a parent, and then also as a professional, it's almost like you have to take yourself out of the emotional part of it, because once those emotions are going, it's a whole nother ball game. Hopefully I answered that question. That wasn't too political.
That's helpful. And then also Joanna mentioned that
Hey,
we
Joe.
we have to be empathetic. You know, we have to be people. We have to sort of live in their shoes in a bit, understand that like for my situation where Theo, the oldest, is not getting attention that he normally gets or he wants to get, because right now we're focusing on a specific project of potty training. And there's dedicated time that we need to make sure that there's no accidents or things like that, because it can ruin everybody's day, not just his day.
What you can do though, one thing you can do is that, especially if you're dealing with multiple children, I tell a lot of parents, when they have a lot of kids and there's not too many adults, you start to get what I call out of ratio. You know, like I know young kids and they have a lot of them, and I'm like, you guys are out of ratio. You got too many kids, and you can't do anything about it. But I'm saying, as far as like handling things. So with your situation with Theo, one thing you can do, you can have him help out, give a job, get him involved, use him as like a peer example, because he's potty trained. So what you can do, you can start going, hey Theo, hey, can you get me the change of clothes, or can you get me this, or like something to where you can distract him, and then also give him that attention. It's almost like you're delegating a job for somebody that has nothing to do. Think about it like a work person. Like, okay, this person,
that's good point.
But it's like, if you give him part of it. Hey, you know what? Can you take sister to the bathroom and have her, almost to where, and it doesn't have to be where he's actually taking her, but it's where you're involving him, where it's keeping him busy, because that's all that he's looking for. He's just looking for the attention. So instead of getting frustrated with him, like, hey, go over there and go do something, it's like, no, get him involved with it.
Right. No, exactly. No, that's a great point. Helping out with the clothes, helping out with cleaning up, or having him let mommy know that, or let the parents know that, oh, she looks like she's going to go soon, giving a warning shot type of things, getting him involved and having him participate.
Yeah.
He's not that way. That's a strong point.
Yeah. And then also you can kind of create choices. That's another part where, with behavior, where sometimes you may have to give a choice, and sometimes it could be two choices that they don't want, or even two choices that you don't want. But it's almost like I said, you're kind of in parenting triage, where it's like, all right, I got to keep this going. So let me give choices. Usually if you say this or that, the wheels start turning. And that goes to where I say it kind of like eats time up, so the wheels are turning. It's like, wait, give me a choice. Do you want Uno or cards? I hate cards. Well, which one? But it gets those wheels turning, and it gives you time to think of something else. Because like I said, you guys are locked down, and it's like, all right, throw some meat in the corner. That'll keep them for a while. You kind of think that way.
So, and I guess for the older kids, in regards to behavior, what are your thoughts in regards to almost letting them go down that path for a while? Hopefully, it doesn't last long, but at the same time, I mean, you present the options, the solution, and they're not taking it. You're not going to be able. I don't want to force their hand in that regard.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts in regards to them continuing to pout or?
To be honest, it kind of goes. I want to say, like, I want to stay in my lane as far as like getting towards K-12, but for me as a parent, I think one of the biggest challenges has been to have the kids stay up on their schoolwork and stuff, and then I'll get phone calls like, okay, your child hasn't logged on to blah blah blah, and I'm like, for me, like I kind of go a little old school, but then not old school. I'm like, dude, really? Come on, I got to do all this. You have to do this. Can you please can you work with me? Log on, do stuff like that. And then there's other times where I'm like, dude, like as a parent, you have to kind of discipline at that point. And it's like I kind of play it by ear. I try to put my professional hat on for as long as I can, But sometimes, yeah, that professionalism, it goes out the window. It's like, dude, get to work, And then sometimes, yeah, you do have to take stuff away because it's weird. My youngest son, he has his school computer, and then he has his home computer where he's starting to do coding and stuff. And I'll get the coding computer. I'm like, all right, this stays here until this work is done. So we call that the pre-Mac principle. First work, then reward. And we kind of go, I mean, and sometimes, yeah, you have to withhold something that, that they like, especially when they get older. At that point, it's like, yeah, you might have to take stuff. And the good thing about this,
repeat the principal name again.
Huh?
Repeat the principal name of it. The name of that principle.
Pre-Mac principle. So it's basically the first then rule. First, it's like a paycheck. First you work, then you get a paycheck. That kind of thing. And it's not bribery. It's when you do this, then you'll get this. And that goes even with smaller kids. But I found that with my older kid, I even had to go like, hey man, you love guitar. Hey man, as much as it hurts me as a musician, dude, guitar goes away until this work gets done. And you just it's like you have to kind of stick with your guns with it. The good thing about the schools giving computers is that you can actually separate one from the other. Because one thing I used to get from my kids was, oh no, we got to do this for school. And it's like,
playing their games, playing their Minecraft.
Yeah. So
Fortnite and stuff.
That's a good thing for right now. But one part of it is that, you, especially with screen time, you definitely have to kind of keep your hand on the gauge for it. But right now, like a lot of times, I know a lot of families are just like, all right, you know what, just go ahead and do your thing. Like sometimes it goes out the window, but when you get those we call them prompts, where there's a phone call or there's an email, like we get those from our schools like crazy, where they're like, your child has not logged on, and the text, the call, the email. Yeah, it's pretty big now. So it helps out a lot more, because when I was a kid, I remember. You didn't get in trouble until the report card came in the mail.
Right, exactly.
I was like,
exactly.
You come home one day and all of a sudden, mom's just like, "Hey," I'm like, "Wait, what?" But now it's like you get updates like daily and weekly, so you can actually keep your finger on the pulse better.
Right, and to your point, you're talking about accountability too, right? If you're able to finish the assignments, you're able to stay on top of your work, then we'll give you back the things you desire, your laptop, your instrument, whatever. But we're being able to stay accountable, because I know it's easy for me if I lose sight of keeping him on track of doing that assignment, and it's just like, oh, he asked for it back. It's easy to give it back to him, and then they're going back to that behavior of, okay, it doesn't matter. It's not very important to be responsible with my homework. Sometimes there's disciplinary actions, and sometimes there isn't.
Yeah, and then also you could set time limits. Like we talked about that a while back, about like blocks of time. You can get to that point where it's like, all right, let's you have about 10 minutes with this. All right, 10 minutes is that's up. All right, let's do this. I even do that with chores and everything, where it's like, all right, you got about 5 more minutes with whatever you're doing, and then you need to get to those dishes, that kind of stuff.
This is really good stuff. Marcus, would there be any other points in regards to behavior that you would want to wrap up with before we transition?
The biggest part to it is that it's all a work in progress, and then if anything, you could actually send me a DM through Facebook or through Instagram or email me at markuslaw095@gmail.com, and I can give you some of the slides that I use for parent training and stuff. But it takes practice, especially if you haven't done it. A lot of times you get old school thought coming from relatives, or just things that you're trying to practice, and it takes patience, especially when you're trying to turn a behavior around. It's not going to happen overnight, and you have to have patience with it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good reminder. Be patient, and at the same time, know that we're doing the best. And sometimes our kids are doing the best as well. And so we just all got to give each other that grace, knowing that right now it's a tough time for everybody. And
definitely.
if a little grace is given both ways, I'm sure it's going to help a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's like I said, just wash, rinse, repeat, just like you're doing your hair and stuff. Like it's like, all right, let's try this. Did it work? Did not work? Okay, if it didn't work, I always go back and go like, all right, with everything, I go, how could I make this better? You know, what was it? What went wrong? What went right? You know, and how can we make that better for next time? And even be upfront with the kids, like, hey, you know what? We're trying this right now. You know, when they get older, when they're younger, it's like, all right, you're practicing it, and it's like, okay, guys, drink the Kool-Aid. You know, like, this is how we're doing it.
I don't need to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. There's no logic here. There's no reason. Just do it.
You're like, why you do? Because I said so. Yeah, like, oh, yeah, no. That works for a little bit, you know.
All right, so we're transitioning to a little Q&A. I'm going to message some people on Facebook and Zoom in regards to if you guys want to join us on the webinar on Zoom, and we can have you and your kids interact with the puppets, the Party Puppet Show. That's going to be great. You can ask questions. They can do different, I know Marcus and the puppets have read books and sang songs in the past, and so
testing 1 2 test 1 2 3 test 1 2 3 test.
Oh, it's like it looks like the puppets are getting on.
Oh, hi Willie.
Oh no.
How's it going? How's it, the Brady Bunch? There's a story of a boy named Willie who was doing a lot of Zoom meetings with us. There was 3 of us and a big blank screen. And they weren't all alone. Your turn, Willie. Till the one day when Willie met this fella.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me sing.
Oh, okay. Well, duly noted. Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you. We finally got
you too, Kyle. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, we've been trying a few things, you know, trying to work on our tech. Oh, do they call it tech?
Yes, technology, tech. Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really cool. We want to reach out to kids and even grown-ups, you know. Maybe we could tell a few stories and stuff, and just it's a really cool thing. Yeah.
So Kyle, what have you been doing during this sheltering in place quarantine aspect of things?
What have I been doing? I've been binge watching.
What have you been binge watching?
Well, you know, we're trying to look at old episodes of Sesame Street, and
you're friends with some of the Sesame Street puppets? I thought you guys were rivals.
No. It's all cool. You know, but you're acting like this is Bloods and Crips. No, it's a cool thing going on. You know, these are the influences. I mean, I look at old Sesame Street, you know, and then sometimes. Well, I look at the new Sesame Street. We got to pay for it now on HBO and stuff. So I look at a lot of old clips, and yeah, it's cool. These are you know, we call these our forefather puppets or whatever. You know, it's a cool thing.
Is there an episode that you like to rewatch over and over again, or that you like the most?
Oh yes, some of my favorites. Let's see. I like the Kermit and Gonzo, not Gonzo, sorry, the Kermit and Grover interactions. Those are the best bits in the world. Oh my gosh. One of my favorites was when Grover was trying to sell Kermit toothbrushes. Yeah, and Kermit was like, I don't have any teeth. And it was the coolest thing, and then Grover put teeth in Kermit's mouth, and it was the coolest thing. Woo-hoo! Sorry. Yeah.
Kyle, I think you're having too much fun. You might be watching too much TV too.
Well, you know, we try to cut down on the screen time because we also have to write what we call comedy bits.
Ah.
Yeah.
How often do you write your comedy bits?
Well, not so often. And I've been in a little bit of a writer's slump, you know. We had this one bit that we've been doing for many years called the dinosaur seed, and it's a really cool thing where I invent a dinosaur from a seed.
That's so funny. Kyle, can you actually tell Marcus to maybe we can mute his mic, and then we can unmute your mic, and then maybe we can have a better showing that way.
Hey, Mr. Marcus, he said shut up.
I did not say that, Kyle. Did not say that. Whiskers.
Hey, what's going on here? Yeah, we had a
We're just having a
this morning.
conversation.
Yeah, it was a 10:30 meeting this morning. Oh, I overslept. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's try this with the mic thing. Okay, go ahead. Wait, so I'm gonna mute
Your mic here.
All right, let's try it.
I'll mute it. I'll mute it, and then you can unmute that one. I'll mute it here.
Ooh. Uh-oh. It's like a psychedelic rock concert. Hello.
Now.
Okay, better. Ooh. Oh, I know.
Unfortunately, no. I don't think that's going to work. Bit of an echo.
Volume down.
There it is.
Hey, is that
better now? We tried at least. Whiskers, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Wait, hold on 1 second. Let's see, mute me.
Yeah, I muted you.
Okay. 1 second. Check. 1, 2.
Hey, Whiskers, you did a little sing-along or a birthday song, huh, recently? Oh, wait.
Let's see. Yeah, I did. It was a really cool thing. It was a nice little kid. He had a birthday, and we were trying to just wish him a happy birthday. You know, kids don't really understand what's going on, and well, I don't really understand what's going on, but you know, it was something really good. It made the kid feel good on his birthday, where he looks into a screen and talks to a big felt cat.
Were you nervous? Was that one of your first webinars that you've done?
Oh no. I've been on screen a lot. Usually it's a silk screen, with nobody around. But you know, it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't feel naked or anything like that.
Feel what?
Naked, because you didn't have your silk screen with you.
Hey man, this is a kids. This is a family show. You're talking naked?
Anyway, I saw that you did some vocal variety or some warm-ups. Did you have some techniques for us?
Yeah, we could try it. Let's see. Here, I'll do it with you. Okay, repeat after me. Can you say me?
Do I need to do the hand gestures too?
Sure. Yes.
Me.
Okay. Then you say you.
You.
That's good. Then you say all of us.
All of us.
Then we'll try a little Spanish. Nosotros. Trolls? No, trolls.
I just repeated what you said.
Anyhow, let's try that. Okay. And then you go, Om.
Is it like the Corona bow? This is what I've been doing when I interact with people. It's just the Corona bow.
Okay. All right. That's I don't know what he means by that. Anyhow, okay. So then we'll just sing happy birthday. Let's say like, it's Willie's birthday. Yay! Happy birthday, Willie! Yay! Okay, let's sing happy birthday on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday, dear Willie. Happy birthday to. I'm gonna do the whistle tweet. Woo! 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 Ah! I'm like Mariah Carey. You. And then we do that fake fall right there. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. Wait. The host has spotlighted your video for everyone. Would you like to unmute your microphone to speak?
Nope. You're good.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fine. Oh, there we go. Oh, I pushed the button. Hey, you know what? I wanted to show you a new friend.
Yeah, please.
Let's see. Hold on. Okay. All right. No, it's fine. No, you're good. Well, I would hope. Okay, let's try it.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going? My name is Will. Whom am I speaking with?
I think you're speaking with a bear.
Do you have a name, Bear?
Not really. I'm kind of what he calls an oldie but goodie. Oh,
Oldie but goodie, huh? Do you know some new tricks?
hold on. Let's see. Hey, do I know any tricks? Yeah. I can make a. Oh, I got one here. I can make a party hat disappear. Party hat. And you. Ta-da! That's about it.
Watch out for the. Hopefully, your digestive system's able to process that pretty well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Allie, welcome back.
All right. So yeah. We're doing a lot of stuff here. I wanted a lot of the guys to let's see. I actually wanted to. Oh, somebody said they wanted to run some ideas by me. Yeah. So we're looking to do a couple of things online, and we're working on material, and I gotta write some stuff. They call me the brainchild of the show. So yeah. You got any suggestions, Willie?
No suggestions right now. Wait, repeat your question.
No, I said we're actually looking for some material to do for our online show. I think we're going to do some behind the scenes stuff, showing some of the characters getting a little frustrated with the tech. And it looks like something that happens with a lot of people. Right. And then also, I was going to do a bike riding how-to seminar.
Bike riding, huh? Especially since we don't see like your lower half of the body. That should be really interesting.
Thanks a lot, Will. Thanks.
But I'm just curious. How would you demonstrate a bike ride?
Okay, hold on. I'll show you. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to teach you guys how to ride a bike. So you get your feet and put it on the pedals.
Okay.
No feet.
Yeah, no feet.
And then you wrap the handlebars. Well, okay, this is a work in progress. So we're gonna try. Maybe we'll teach everyone how to fry an egg or something. Like you already have somebody doing cooking segments, right?
I saw you guys were doing a lot more music, whether it be drums or the guitar or even singing. Or how's Courtney doing? Yeah. How's our good friend Courtney doing?
Oh yeah. Well, she's kind of a We had some problems with her from time to time. Since she's supposed to be some kind of icon or something, and we just we were that part of the band has already broken up, and we're looking for lead singers.
So funny. We're already looking for a lead singer. Oh man, Courtney's not working out.
Yeah. It's you know how it goes. I'm an icon. My husband was Kurt somebody, and we were just we're thinking of starting a group called the Food Fighters.
Food Fighters?
The Food Fighters.
Doesn't that sound like, isn't there a band called the Foo Fighters?
Yeah, Willie, ixnay on the Ufe. We're trying to, corner the market.
Got it. You probably got a niche market there.
Maybe so. Yeah. So this will be something. So yeah, I think we're just gonna get a list of things. Maybe some top 10s. We'll work on the material this week and start putting stuff out on the Party Puppet Show Instagram and Facebook page.
That'd be awesome. I would love to watch that. Maybe you guys can go live one of these days and demonstrate.
That would be cool. But for some reason, every time we go live, I feel like people don't like to show that they're looking live, but then they come and creep, they creep on the story later, and then you get to see who looked. But they don't like to do that live for some reason. I don't know why.
For some reason, I don't know. Maybe they're busy or something.
Yeah, check the algorithm.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta look into the data.
That sounds good. Hey, let's see. I think we're gonna. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Hey, I think I gotta go, Willie. I gotta get some. I gotta go write some stuff.
All right, Kyle. See you later. Take care.
We'll see you, man.
Adios.
All right.
Awesome. Let me bring you guys back in.
So yeah, like almost like coming up, sprouting up from a.
It's like, whoa.
That's
There
the
you
big
are.
brown. That's the brown rock.
Well, Marcus, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this. Not only talk about the behavior and different ideas that we can be thinking about, but also bringing on the puppets as well.
Oh no, thanks. Like I said, thanks for the platform. I mean, it's been very inspiring, and it's getting me to get the creative juices going, and actually doing some cool homework, because we have a new normal now, and we definitely have to enhance our platforms.
So for those who are interested in maybe doing a virtual birthday, or just even hanging out with the puppets, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
I think the best platform at this point is to do it through Instagram. You can look up Party Puppet Show on Instagram, and then maybe we could DM a Zoom link so we can get people in, and maybe we'll charge like admission for it, or if you're going to do a private party that you invite people to, we'll do that as well. So yeah, we'll kind of start it there and kind of do a la carte type thing,
Yeah, no, I think that'd be great. I just put it on both the Zoom and the Facebook Live, so people can find you if they want more information, or just want to contact you and start that conversation there. Again, thank you so much, Marcus. I really appreciate the time. Maybe we're going to be able to do another live webinar coming soon. Maybe seeing the puppets play the instruments, or doing a tutorial of some sort. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, oh, I forgot also. Next month, what is it? May, I think it's Friday, May 7th or May 8th. Actually, me and the kids are gonna do a live concert on I think on Facebook Live through the Wrightwood Blues organization, and we're actually gonna do a live show here, here in the Puppet Lab / recording studio, whatever. And we're going to do some songs. I think my daughter's going to do a couple of original songs, but then we do a lot of cover songs, everything from like the theme show to that 70s show, All Night Long by Lionel Richie, a couple of rock tunes. I think we do like a version of Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder or the Red Hot Chili Peppers or whoever. And yeah, we'll be doing that next actually a month from today. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Please post it. I'll reshare it. Would love to watch that and see and find out some more information about that. Again, Marcus, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Hope you and your family are staying safe and sound, and we'll talk next time.
You too, man. Definitely.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.